We're here at Yersak Field in Piscataway, New Jersey after Sky Blue FC and Seattle Reign tie 1-1 after a PK from Nadia Nadim in stoppage time and Lauren Barnes with about 15 or so minutes left in the game. All right, Dan, let's talk about this craziness that happened today.
Well, if you had woken me up about 75 minutes into this game, I would have said not too much happening. Maybe Seattle gets their goal because they've been the better team. All of a sudden, all kinds of stuff starts happening. You get Lauren Barnes in her 50th NWSL match, gets her first professional goal off of a corner kick that the Reign played out high. Now you're thinking, well, Sky Blue hasn't done much offensively, no way they can come back. Then you've got players going down in the box. Maya Hayes goes down. Grubka takes down Fishlock over here. Everybody's thinking there should be penalty kicks and cards and everything else. And then a wild scramble in the box. Nobody seems to know what happened, but it'll go down in the books as Jess Fishlock touching it with her hand and getting a red card and a PK for Nadia Nadim. Sky Blue somehow walks out of here with a point.
Now the 1 point for Sky Blue is definitely huge. It seemed to be Seattle's game this whole time as they dominated the possession. How big is it for Sky Blue to come out of this with 1 point?
I think it's big when you consider that after 75 minutes they fell behind and they were not doing much offensively. Now Seattle had the possession, but Sky Blue did do a good job marking the two forwards in the box, and I think they did a good job filtering the Reign's attack out wide. I don't think the Reign were shoving it down Sky Blue's throat necessarily, but they did have the possession. They were switching the ball better than Sky Blue did. And maybe it took Sky Blue going down a goal to kind of wake up and push forward. Jim Gabarra said the way we're playing, that's not really a good strategy, but sometimes it works out. I think neither team would have been happy with the point coming in. Sky Blue certainly happier than Seattle walking out.
Now, if you're Laura Harvey, she definitely thought they had the game in the bag after they went up late in the game 1-0. What do you think she's telling her team right now?
It's interesting because every team in the league except for Seattle in the last 2 seasons, including Houston, had at least one game where they gave up a lead, turned into a draw, or a draw into a loss in the 90th minute or stoppage time. Seattle hadn't done it. Now they've done it twice in 5 games. It happened in Chicago a few games ago. So what she told us afterwards was they have to do a better job of seeing the game out, and that as long as it's a 1-goal game, anything can happen. And that's essentially what did happen. Now, Fishlock, through Laura Harvey, says she touched the ball with her head, not her hand. So Laura Harvey was going to look, and maybe they would file an appeal of the red card. I'm thinking that probably won't work out one way or another. But it's just not last season anymore. 16-2-6, you don't repeat that, so they're going to have to fight a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. They've got a huge break coming up. They play China in 2 weeks, and then Chicago, probably without Fishlock. But I think they're going to be fine. It's just not going to be last season when they started off with 13 wins and 3 draws in their first 16.
Well, that does it for us here at Yersak Field. Sky Blue FC and Seattle Reign tie 1-1, and we'll see you next home game.